Oh, hey. How's it going? I really wanted to show off something that I built, and it's got me incredibly excited. If you go to opxy.app, you'll start to see what it is. And before I get deep into explaining what this is that I built, I just wanted to shout out K Morel. I've seen him popping up on, oh my God, all sorts of forums, Reddit, and specifically here on GitHub, where I've been following along with his work on essentially reverse engineering the OPXY project format. So yeah, literally figuring out. This guy did all the work in figuring out, how the project files are set up, how samples are stored, how samples are referenced, all that kind of stuff. And without that, I would not have been able to do everything that I did. So big ups to K Morel. And without further ado, let's look at what opxy.app is. In order to use this, the very first thing that I recommend is essentially doing a full backup of your OPXY user data. So I just literally created a folder, dragged my samples folder, my projects folder, and this is literally just a duplicate of what I had on device. Obviously, it's not getting any of my, the system stuff. This is just what you would see if you use the field. What's it called again? The field kit app. And then I'm just copying that stuff into a folder on my computer. So make a backup. So you've got your full device. Now make a backup of that backup, because my tool is essentially what it's going to do is going to read the backup, and it's able to make changes to that. I want to specify too that I'm just going to start off by dragging my backup folder. So it has my samples, projects, presets. I'm going to drag that parent folder into the app. And this is doing a local process only. Nothing's being uploaded. You can check your router, check your outgoing bandwidth. Nothing's being loaded. This is just being processed in the app. And I mean, yeah, as if I want gigabytes of your horrible music uploaded to me anyway. So just that was a joke. So here's gigabytes of my horrible music. Has been read and parsed by the app. So now here's all the songs that have been saved to my OPXY. These are complete. It's like a complete listing of everything that's on there. I can filter it by name if I knew what the name was, or I name my stuff by year. So if I wanted to see what I've done, well, that's not. Oh yeah, I do 25. Oh, if I did in January of 2025. It's got filters on here. So obviously you're seeing these big orange flags. You can filter this list by songs that have issues, and songs. I don't know if you are like me, you open up a song and you play it and you're like, hey, where's the drums? This will point out why you're not hearing them. So if I click on this song that has an issue, now I'm seeing here's what's loaded on each one of the tracks. And then if I scroll down, here's all the samples that the song has been loaded with, and the path that the song expects to find that sample at. If it cannot find the sample, it's getting a little fix button. And if I click that fix button, here it pops up with, it searched the library for other places that kick has appeared. So I have it in a few different snapshots, and I have it in my samples folder. So I'm going to say, yeah, let's just use the samples folder. It's asking, do I want to edit the files in my backup folder? So this is literally going to rewrite the project file in my backup folder. So this is why I said back up your backup folder, because this is actually making hard changes to the project files to fix them. But obviously I'm a human, and yes, I do admit I used Claude to help me code this thing, and mistakes happen. So make sure you've got a backup, so if something goes wrong, you at least have your original file But yeah, I'm saying, yeah, make changes. It literally updates that song now to fix the reference to that file. And again, I can manually go through and either click each one, relink it. And then there's odd cases where, let's see if I can actually get one to come up. Actually, it shows, so here we've got a full preset. I have a whole lab leak preset here. So tons of samples that are linked up and missing. So what probably happened here was the preset moved to a different location. So I can actually, and it actually calls that out up here, that I've got 21 samples of missing from a preset folder. So I can actually relink this preset, and it, again, it searches for the preset. It finds, it finds what might be those presets. But I know that it's this lab leak 1, so I'm going to relink that. Obviously, I moved that to the drum folder instead of the snapshot folder, so that's what I want. Relink goes through, and not only is it fixing it here, but it's it actually goes and fixes any other songs that used that link as well. So if there was a preset used in other songs, it would fix it there also. And yeah, so I mean, this alone. Okay, here's a good example. We've got this sample is missing. It was a samples user, so probably something that I recorded again back in January 2025. So chances are I forgot to back it up, or I forgot to back up the user folder. So what I can do is either I'm just going to search my samples. I'll just search for board. Don't see anything. 250104, don't see anything. So the bummer with that one is that sample might actually be gone, but I do know the name, I do know the file name. So what I could probably do is check my previous backups. I might have something on an old USB drive or something where I backed up my stuff, and I can pull that sample back in, which is good because, yeah, you know the name. And what I'll probably do too is either have a feature where I could upload a sample and then it'll replace it that way, or basically allow me to pick just a different sample entirely. But I can also do that just on the OPXY itself, and then it might be a better workflow to do it on the device. Scroll back up here, it shows, because there is a limit to how many samples you can sort of actively have loaded in a project. So I am sort of tracking that total, based on just memory usage for the files. It's not tracking, I don't have accurate data for all the built-in, on-device samples, so that is not being included in this total, but it is telling me that, I'm about 55% of my sample memory is used. If I scroll down and I see that I'm not really using any factory samples either, then that's probably going to be pretty close to accurate. But yeah, it would be nice to get full inventory of the factory samples, and then that would be a 100% accurate number of how much, basically, you'd see exactly how much space that song has left. Okay, another thing that I've got, once you're looking at a song here, you can bundle it. Check this out. I'm going to say bundle. Basically what this is going to do is this is going to okay, long story short, I'll let you play with it. Essentially, oh yeah, it's missing the sample. Look at that. So it called out that it was missing that one sample. No big deal. But essentially what it did was it made a bundle, which is essentially all of the samples. So here's, I made a sample, or I made it export to a folder called songs. And then inside that songs is the name of the song. So this is the actual project file. And then I've got the project file. So essentially you could pass this to a buddy and be like, put this in your samples folder, put this in your projects folder. And when you load this project up, it's going to load these samples. You know, you'll have all the samples. So yeah, it's an easy way to get a bundle of a song if you're doing collaborations or anything like that you want to share, or if you just want to back up that song specifically and just know that you've got all those samples that were used. These things, so what it is doing is I called a virgin preset. Basically, if you loaded up like a default preset that didn't, so like a drum preset that didn't have any changes made to it, I click this so you can ignore it. So essentially, I mean, those samples are on device, so they're going to be there. Or if you had another sample, or I think it is ignoring presets as well. Yeah, I think Virgin presets is not just counting factory stuff, but it's counting, like third party or built presets. If I loaded a preset in and did not change it, ignore Virgin presets means it's going to skip that preset. It's not going to save the preset. So if I leave this unchecked, it means even the samples that are used in a preset are going to be duplicated and copied to that folder that I made. If that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but you know what? You'll figure it out. So that's a major thing. Another thing that I've got, we'll go back to this main page here. So this filter, obviously I could filter by what's missing. If I go to my samples list, this is a list of all the samples that are on device that are in the samples folder or snapshots folder or presets folder. I can just filter to just what's missing. Long names, this is actually a thing on OPXY. I'm surprised it doesn't get documented, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you have names that are too long, they will get cut off on device in your save file, and the next time you load that song, that sample will be empty. It'll just show that animation with the little empty sample never loading kind of thing. So if you have a sample and you're like, why, I know it's there, why isn't it working? It's probably because it's either in a nested list of folders and then the sample name itself is too long that it goes over the 72 byte limit, meaning it won't load. So what I did was I built a special little feature to be able to rename the sample, so you could literally make an abbreviation of it. Like if I wanted to, actually, I wonder if I can. Oh, oops! I just did an automation. There should be a confirmation on that, but I essentially just made it. It's renaming all my long samples right now. And we'll find out to what. I don't think I tested this before I started recording, so wish me luck. So yeah, it's literally going through. It made. I don't quite see how that's any. Oh, it was only showing 400 at a time. That's why. Okay, so rename. Let's just rename all. Okay, so now I've got no long names, which is, so what it kind of does is it renames the sample. It tries to do it smartly based on the folder that it's in and what it's called and that kind of thing. But wish me luck. And the good thing is when it does rename, not only does it rename the sample, but it also goes through and finds any songs that have been using that sample, and it updates the reference to use the new name. And you can actually also click when you're going in your samples list. If I sort by most used samples, this number here, the 9x, is actually showing how many times I've used that like specific percussion snare. So I've got a preview in here. Like if I hit play, so I've used this sample in 9 different songs. It shows the songs that I've used it in. And what BPM those songs were in when I used them. So that's kind of cool. And And then not only that, but it just gives you all the details about the song, or I mean, about the sample. You can preview it. Obviously, I just did. And then you've also got the ability to, this is a whole other thing, which is the ability to convert the sample. So right now, if I convert it, so it's 48 kilohertz, 24-bit stereo. If I change it to 44 kilohertz, 16-bit, it tells me it's going to take it from 804 kilobytes down to 400. And again, this is a destructive operation on the sample that's in this folder. So that's kind of why you make sure you've got a backup of it. But essentially, yeah. Okay. So the cool thing is, you can actually do that conversion operation on what I have here listed as bloat is like so right now it shows that I've got 4,886 samples that are above 44 kilohertz, 16-bit. And essentially, if I converted them all to 44 kilohertz, 16-bit, it would reclaim 1.2 gigs, which is huge for an 8 gig, an 8 gig storage device. So I can literally just hit this button. It's changing them all to 44 kilohertz, 16-bit. It's only doing 400 at a time because this is only showing 400. And that's just like, so you don't have this long ass page, but also probably smart to only do them in small batches as well, just to make sure. But yeah, so that is that. And essentially with this suite of stuff, you can technically go through your entire library, clean up your samples, reduce the rate, if you want to, save up some space on the device. If you reorganize stuff, probably what I'll do next is the ability to kind of, reorganize the folders and that kind of thing. And then have, if you drag a preset folder into a parent folder or a different subfolder, not only would it alert you if there's an issue with the name being either too long or the path too deep, but it would also automatically update everything, any songs that were using that reference sample, to have the new path. So that's that. Everything that I've been doing has been modifying my actual. Sorry, I'm just opening it up right here. I can't think and talk at the same time. Everything that I have been doing has been literally modifying the library, and then essentially what I'm going to do, and I did this last night. So I've already tested this. I deleted everything off my OPXY and just copied this back on, and it worked, guys. It worked. Super crazy. I'm so excited because not only does my OPXY now launch like incredibly fast with a bunch of the optimized files, but I can go back through old stuff and it all loads, or if something is broken, I can literally see it right here and I'll know why it's broken. I can hunt for samples if they're missing, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is live. This is free to use. Go to opxy.app. I made this out of the kindness of my heart, and if you want to show me some love, just hit this little tip Nate button, and you'll be able to, give me a little something. But not required. Just enjoy it. Use it if you like it. Let me know. If you have any questions, if you have any issues, you have any bugs, you want features, there's a link at the very bottom. You can hit me up with an email, or follow me on Instagram here at the 3030.nate on Instagram, and you'll see my art, you'll see my music, you'll see what I'm up to, and you know that I'm keeping busy making cool stuff. Thanks so much. I hope you like it. Try it out. Let me know what you think. Peace.